It is a gorgeous morning in the neighborhood. Looking forward to taking the Bolt out on the road today. Basically giving Don the day off. Hey, buddy. You know, I need to mow the grass again. Not today or tomorrow, though. Maybe Monday when it cools back off. Johnny has his Taekwondo black belt testing today. Now, this is not for his 3rd degree. This is just one of his intermediate tests. But he needs me to move Ruby out of the way for him so he can get set up out here. Good afternoon, Ruby. I'm really sorry that we are gonna take the Bolt on a real drive today instead of you, sweet girl. But there'll be other days and other drives. There's my Taekwondo kid. Do a good job, bud. So today is all about the Bolt. And we have Johnny with us too. I see the back of the Bolt has the privacy shield that people were looking for on the Y. My Acura Integra 1991 that I had that had a hatchback did not have one of these privacy shields either. So I'm used to not having it versus having it, but this one has it. And yeah. Okay, I didn't have to touch it. It was heavy enough. It kind of went back down even though it's not power. Yeah, the back is kind of hard to lift, but it's really the weight that makes it more difficult to lift makes it really easy to close.
I'll mount it to volt and it's estimating it's fully charged. I don't know if that exactly means 100% or 90. The little green light's on. I'm going to check the charge thing. I guess hit power, press the brake to start, action required. I wasn't actually trying to looking for the radio knobs. So we have 247 miles max and 210 on the guessometer. But the guessometer is going to go down.
We're being brave. We're not going to take the J1772. We're figuring we're going to hit fast chargers and or other J1772s in the world. So we're going to leave this one with the car at home. Hopefully,
it'll be fine. It's not like we're going out of state.
That's right. We're just really going to, you know, buzz around.
What?
The charging flap does not seem to close automatically. I unplugged the charger a while ago and I was fixing to get in the car and there's this great big flap here. And it's like, oh.
You did that Tesla thing and thought it would just close automatically for you. Well, I wouldn't consider that a big deal, but good to know.
Yeah.
Noted.
Noted. Yeah, so it popped up this thing because Johnny plugged a charging cable in or something.
Okay.
And it's just warning us that, you know, I think this is because this car has so many hours on it, only a few hours and a few miles on it. So it's expecting us to be new users, so it's warning us about things.
So we're used to 2 white lines. There's a red for what's close to you and then yellow for where you're headed. And of course the overhead view of the car on the driveway, which when Don test drove the Bolt 2 or 3 years ago, we were pretty enthusiastic about how that looked.
Yeah, I think this 360 view must be...
There's your wheel.
Yep. Of course now I can't see.
No, you can't see? You want this view back?
I'm
trying to... Oh, I guess it's sort of like...
There. I don't know.
I don't know how to get it back. I thought... Okay.
Oops. Look at me. There's the Tesla thing, guy.
Oh, did you just try to put it in drive and you did the windshield wipers? Yep. The shifter is actually down here in the console area.
I would say I'm not following it, but it has its own peculiar peculiarities also. Anybody who thinks Tesla's shifter is flunky probably hasn't drove a Bolt yet, because you have to push the button on the side and operate. So you could do this all you want.
You can't accidentally bump it with your elbow and move it, I think is the thing, huh?
Yeah, you can't put it like you can put it in neutral without pushing it. Cool.
But not drive or reverse.
No, you can't put it in reverse, I think, without pushing the button.
Yeah, that's just kind of taking up space there, I have to say. In my Honda, you know, it's right here. It's not on the steering wheel, but it's right here.
Yeah.
The knob in between the two front passengers. What if you want to hold my hand? I mean, it's kind of, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, well, we need to figure out how to turn on the
The air conditioning, yeah. So I'm just thinking, let's just do that.
Well, up here it had something.
It's on now.
Maybe
And AC, I want AC, and temp of 70 should be good, and maybe the fan motor up to like a 3.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's not too bad, and I do see it has heated seats. We won't turn those on today, however.
Heated seats in the back too, but I have my own button.
It says it's 73 outside, so it is telling us the outside temperature. That's nice.
And its traction control's off. I don't. This is it. One of those. Is it
Sport or
take
this?
That. Yeah, try that. There you go.
Huh? How are you supposed to tell that button's on and off?
It's got a light up here.
Up there, but not on the actual button itself.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm sure Kyle played with traction control off. That would not surprise me.
Right, either that or in the process of turning on the air conditioner, I walked it. It's not a problem. I got it now. I know where it is. So we've got I like the little operator instrument cluster here. The speedometer is really easy to read, and you know, it's got all the little things, and it's got your kilowatt in your range in the compass. I'm thinking I kind of like that. I don't exactly understand what that menu with the little arrow means. I don't know. I'll have to figure out what that means.
The Backseat review with Johnny, a new segment, yay! So basically I'm just gonna review the Backseat. So, seat-wise, it's okay. Like, the seats, they could be better, they could be worse. And then we have our little control panel with fuller stuff. So, I only have these 2 buttons, and it's the same on the other side. I have my own little heat seater. Seat heater. And it's one setting, so if I press it once, it doesn't change anything. And then I also discovered, so I have my standard windows, but if I push this once, it's an automatic window going down. Now you have to hold it going back up, but going down, it's an automatic window. And then we also have 2 USB ports. So kind of like the Tesla, I can charge my phone back here. Still nice back there. I have a lot of leg room. A lot of leg room. So anyways, Mr. Don, I noticed your steering wheel has a lot of buttons there.
Yeah, I've found what the menu thing is. There's these 2 buttons down here that you can do to move the things through the menu system. I figured out how to turn on the cruise control so far, and so I'm getting used to it. It's you know, I don't drive a lot of different cars, and so I'm you know, I'm not exactly up to date on stuff.
Right, don't try to do CarPlay for Apple or Android Auto while you're driving, because even though you're the passenger, the car doesn't want to let you do that. Johnny's trying to do the Android, I was trying to do the Apple. When we're stopped, we'll check it out. And we're out here in the middle of nowhere, and apparently I need to download something from the App Store, which I can't do either, so definitely want to set it up when you're on the Wi-Fi. Say what?
Right, it's you know, I'm enjoying this. This is like my favorite little curvy road that's, you know, nearby. I'm sure there's better, but this road's I know this road well, and it's really curvy, and I enjoy driving this in Ruby because Ruby really kind of cuts into the curves really well, and this feels a little top heavy. I mean, I feel
now that's saying something, driving the X with those heavy doors, and you think this is top heavy.
Right. I maybe it's the
center of balance. The center of balance is not low.
You know, I should really leave these type of commentary to Kyle, because he's the guy that understands all these dynamics. The low center of gravity, I would figure there's the one feeling I should never feel is top heavy, or like I'm tilting the wrong way going around the curve. I should never feel that in an electric car with a battery in the floor because of the weight. But I'm telling you, I'm feeling that. Where I don't seem to notice that in the Tesla. It's kind of like it almost always banks into the curb. Maybe that's the traction control difference with the Tesla. I just never noticed that the wheels are pulling it that way.
The software is doing so much to keep the ride consistent in the Tesla, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, again, this goes back to not driving lots of modern cars. You know, I'm 2004. You know, it's not fair to compare a 2020 to a 2004. That's 15-year-plus-year-old technology.
The GMC being the 2004.
I mean, when it has traction control, but it's strictly to help you start in mud. You know, it tries not to spin the wheels, and it got nothing to do with trying to help you not hang in the corners. It doesn't do any of that kind of stuff.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey.
So you're comfy back there?
Yep, the seats are okay.
Yeah, I need to adjust my seat. I feel like I'm leaning back too far. I haven't even moved it yet. Let me do that now.
I guess not. I guess because...
So you did something it didn't like it. It got red up there for a minute, but you can't recreate it right now.
I did something and it turned red. I don't know what that...
Well, you're clearly over the center line right now, so testing that. We went around, past the biker, so Don got out of his way. Got out of the lane where the biker was.
Right.
Back here on this part of the county, a lot of people come for biking.
Yes, especially on these kind of really perfect spring days.
Yeah. So as Don's going around these twisty, curvy roads, my knee is hitting. I do notice, however, that Don's knee is not hitting. So however, he has his seat adjusted versus my seat. Right. This is actually already not so comfortable on my knee, which of course I can shift like this, or now that I realize it's bothering me, if I could figure out how to move the seat backward.
The bottom.
It's in the front. Okay, so instead of, oh wow.
That's too far.
It went from 60 to 0 back here.
Yeah.
So there's like a paddle on the left. It's not the whole roll bar the whole way. But yeah, okay, so that's maybe a little bit better now. It's hard.
Get Johnny to help you.
Right, well, it's very hard to only go just a little bit. There, that's better. I'm good now. I think I'm good. But when you're moving and you're adjusting it, because I'm the passenger and I get to do that, it's all or nothing. That thing slides really easy. So here's the boat ramp at the Cape Fear River, and it's busy. A lot of people out enjoying the pretty Saturday. I told Don to zoom out of here. I want him to zoom.
So, all right, so we're gonna do our little 0-60. So we're stopped. 93, 119, 131, 160 kilowatts. I saw 160, 159. That's 70. That's 80. I would say it was pretty quick. I would have no issue with that acceleration. I mean, that's plenty quick. You know, it's not Model 3 or whatever, but there's no slow there. That was plenty quick.
So we have cruise control, but we don't have traffic aware cruise control.
Right. I agree.
So you either get regular driving mode or sport mode. Those are the two choices you have.
I don't know what information. Okay, so it did have an information tab, but I guess I didn't hit it quick enough. I thought I had figured out the menu thing, but I still haven't. Yeah, you know it's there somewhere. But with all these buttons, I don't know when I use the buttons and when I do the screen. Like, I still haven't figured... I thought I had figured out the menu thing, but I have not figured out the menu thing. So I don't know what the menu... I don't know what the... Maybe this thing? No. This check mark? No.
And Don's already mishit some of the buttons on the wheel, like he turned on the steering wheel heater by accident.
Yeah.
So he was saying, wow, all these extra buttons on the wheel, maybe that's not so good for me.
Yeah, obviously I'm not going to be a F1 driver because they have basically hundreds of little things on their steering wheel. I obviously cannot deal with that. I'm a Tesla guy. I just need the little scroll wheel, and that's all I want. Thank you. Per mile. I want that. I want to know what that is.
How much you're using? Well, let me see if I can figure that. If I go home and go to, it tells us the total kilowatts used.
Yeah.
That screen can get bigger.
It's got arrows.
Okay. It's telling us, I guess, where our electricity is being spent. 8 miles per kilowatt hour is your efficiency.
That's the top number. Your average is the red. Yeah, well that's getting close to what I was looking for.
So how are you adjusting the regen?
Well, it has a paddle over here
on the left side.
Yeah,
sort of where the autopilot stick is in the Tesla.
Yeah, and it probably makes more sense when you're in drive. Then because then the regen is, you're literally coasting, but then you can hit this and you can go full. Oh, it detected a person.
Was there a real person?
Yeah, the lady was checking her mailbox.
Okay. So we're here at the Train Museum in Sanford, and Donna's got the manual out reading about the instrument cluster. Wow. Johnny is trying to get Android Auto to work, and I'm going to get out and take a picture of the Bolt with the train in the background, the old steam engine.
Well, what I'm doing is lane keep assist is what that light is that I'm trying to understand. I thought that's what it was, but I don't know what it was doing for me. Guess not.
Sounds like an alert to me.
Yeah, but it never popped.
So we're getting on 421, headed up to Siler City, then over on 64 to Pittsburgh, and then, back down kind of by the nuclear power plant back to the house is sort of our route. Plus, we needed to hit Moncure, where we wanted to try fast charging.
Right.
So one real positive we have is what, Donnie?
I think the Bolt is very quiet. In fact, I would say at this point it is quieter than Ruby. The tires on Ruby really make a lot of noise, and this one seems to be very quiet. Yeah.
So did you figure out why the circle goes yellow versus green? Because I looked in the owner's manual, this big, thick book right here, this one, and I can't figure it out after 10 minutes of hunting.
I think it has to do, we've got Android Auto hooked up, and I've got Google Maps up, or I think it's getting the speed limit data from Google, and the speed limit here is, I was over the speed limit, so it was yellow, and I am right on the edge. I'm legal. I think the speed limit is 65 here, because all the cars are doing 65, and I think it's been a while since I've seen a speed limit sign. So I think that's what it is. So I'm, if I go any faster, it's 60. So there's my first speed limit sign. So I'm over the speed limit by 5 miles
Well, I
an
think
hour.
it's changing to 60 here. It may have been 65.
We'll see if it turns yellow or not.
Well, and also on the left, it says 65. To me, that's sort of like yeah, nothing happened. Speed up a little bit. Can you do that?
Sure, I can do that. And it'll start turning yellow here. See, it's getting more yellow, less green, more yellow.
Okay.
See, now it's basically yellow.
It's flat out yellow.
Yeah.
Huh.
But just as well I get over.
I really tried to figure that out in the owner's manual, but I could not.
One thing to do is to disconnect the phone and get rid
and
of,
see if it still happens.
Does.
So Don's phone being hooked up didn't affect the circle being green or yellow. My hypothesis is that there's some threshold set and you start burning too many kilowatt hours per mile, and it lets you know it thinks you're being inefficient. That's just my opinion. So 70 is less efficient than 65. That's sort of the threshold for the Bolt. What did you think?
I think it's if your guessometer, the middle number, is decreasing because you're driving using more energy than you have been recently, that it turns yellow. And if you are using less energy than you have been recently, it's green. That's my hypothesis now. So we are basically sort of yellow-green. We're using just a scooch more than we have been recently. Now, how long recently is, I don't know. Maybe since the last charge, I don't know. But the guess, I think it's what kind of impact you're having on the guessometer. In other words, Tesla has the consumption graph, and you're above the line graph or you're below the line based on what it projects your current range is and what you're actually doing. So as long as you stay above the line on the consumption graph on Tesla, you're going to make your destination. Now, we've not plugged in a destination here, so this thing's just simply trying to say you're decreasing your using slightly more. Anyway, that's my hypothesis.
So Don tried to put cruise control on over here, and it won't set under 20 mile an hour.
Well, I don't even know. I don't know. It's some minimum. I couldn't set it to 20 miles an hour. So there's some minimum. The Tesla used to be 18, but now you can set your cruise control down to like 1 mile an hour on the Tesla now.
Oh, it's much lower. Yeah, I was going to say 4 or 5 mile an hour, but... Wow, you know you're in rural, small town North Carolina when you go past the Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
You know you've been driving an EV too long.
You confuse dog poop stations with
at the
chargers.
local park with the charger.
Yeah.
Well, it was green.
It was green.
Yep, there was a person to our right. It saw him. Little orange person popped up on the display.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with the size of the Bolt. Marianne feels a little closer than the Tesla, the Model X, obviously, but she feels very similar to how I feel or perceive her when I'm in the GMC. The GMC is kind of narrow, so but this is very comfortable.
Yeah, I have noticed that the little armrest here in the center is about this road we're on right now is so narrow, is about, that wasn't at us, that was at the truck in front of us, is like, I don't know, 3/4 of the size of the one in Ruby. So Don and I have actually hit arms a couple of times. Not that I mind hitting arms with you, but you know, that is more narrow. Yeah, and like I said, so is this backcountry road we're on right now too. It's skinny. That's why Don said, yeah, the size of this car is very compatible with me, because you know Don likes the XB size sort of car. Don just said that the dash in front of us, like, that's farther away than Ruby is, and I know I pushed my seat back some, but he's right, I cannot reach. You know, in Ruby I have the little thing to dust up under, you know, to clean that part of the glass. I would need that in this car too. What is all of this here? Like, what is it? Because it's big.
Right between the two.
Yeah. I keep on wanting to bring up navigation, like I feel lost because I can't. I will plug it back in. Look at this house. I mean, that is just gorgeous. It's actually currently being placard. Alright, so I plugged Don's phone in and navigation just kind of popped up. Can I squinch it? Can I make it zoom out a little bit, because that sure did seem awful tiny.
So where are we on that map? Well, this is us.
We're the little blue thing, yeah.
And
so we will eventually.
Yeah, we are fixing to hit a T-bone here. So I was wondering why that arrow is that way, but this is.
I don't know.
Yeah, but we're either going to have to go left or right. I'm going to go
left.
You want to go left?
I don't know.
Go right.
Well, hang on, Reed, here, because we're in North Carolina and we have these handy dandy rural country road. Bennett is to the right and Siler City is to the left.
Well, we're gonna go to the, we've never been to Bennett, but I want to go back towards Siler City.
Okay, well, I told you Siler City was to the left. So just so you know, it's killing me that I don't have a microfiber towel I can use to wipe off the center console area. I mean, all these electric cars, I'm sure it's all cars, they suck dust and fingerprints. This has that black piano finish on it like the Model 3 and the Model Y do. I'm not a fan of piano black. I sound like Eric from the Derek channel now. I don't do piano black in the car. It just, why would I want to look at fingerprints all the time? But Tesla has the same problem, and it's dust, so I apologize. I would wipe it down if only I had a microfiber towel with me, because you know, in the Tesla, they're in the door pocket all the time, and I just don't have one in the door pocket here, so yeah. This is making me feel claustrophobic. I thought we all have agreed today in the car that this screen is plenty big. I think we determined it's 10.5 inches diagonal. It's a nice size screen. But with navigation, oh my goodness, it's like I feel like I'm in a submarine and I'm looking through one of those little spy glasses.
You have to keep your foot on the brake. It will roll backwards. It doesn't have hill hold.
Hey Donnie, can you shut my door? I can't do that. The Model Y either. Don saw murals and he just knew he should just go over here so I could take some pictures. Smart man. I have to bring Ruby back. I really like the bunny rabbit.
But I found the average watt hours per mile. And we've averaged 3.9 miles per kilowatt hour. I think that's since the last time we charged. Because I've held the thing to reset it and then reset it.
Well, who knew Siler City had all these murals? Goodness. Houston Sisters Hats, Farmers Alliance, Farmers Union Store. Yeah, all right, cool. We are definitely coming back with Ruby. Siler City Cash Market, it says. Coca-Cola. The lighting's been horrible today for the murals, but anyway, you get the gist. Zenith. The quality goes in before the name goes on. Goodness gracious, I haven't heard that in years. This is the old Ace hardware store, and it of course has a mural too. So I guess it's more appliance than hardware now, but Ace is actually, the hardware store is actually on the other side. This is the Siler City Post Office building circa 1910. You did so good bringing me to downtown Siler City. Who knew you could make your girl so happy and all you had to do was drive her around?
I aim to please.
Really? No. So we told Johnny he could order dessert, a shake, and a hamburger dinner from S&T.
Take the next left onto Rives Chapel Church Road.
Soda shop in Pittsburgh, and we've navigated there using Don's phone on Android CarPlay Auto.
Android Auto. Yes.
Android Auto. Okay. That is a bold cypress tree with an American bald eagle in it. Don let me out to take pictures and video. He's circling around and coming back for me. Well, you always know you're in Pittsburgh when you've come to the courthouse in the middle of the road, middle of the roundabout. Johnny's got on gloves and a mask, and he's got Mom's credit card, and the owner, the really nice lady, she came out. So we're doing our bid for Small Business America this afternoon. Johnny's eating his food, and we're at the little town park down the road. I was really hoping for a heron or an egret, but I don't see one today. So if we wanted to, we could walk all the way around. It says it's a 16-acre lake and a 36-acre park, but it doesn't say how far around the trail is. After doing a little bit more reading, the trail is 2 miles. So it says this was the town's first park. It was once the town's water supply. The 36-acre park features our beautiful town lake, as well as a small soccer field, swing, trails, a picnic shelter with grills, a fishing pier, and free Wi-Fi. The trails are worth the effort, as the most interesting vistas are off the beaten path. Looks like it to me. I want to go to the dam. Yeah, we were gonna let Johnny eat at the picnic shelter, and then we realized that you can't do that right now. All the picnic shelters are roped off. No shared spaces. Well, we're basically at the Exxon Mini Mart out in the middle of nowhere. The Jordan Dam Exxon Mini Mart and Country Kitchen, to be clear. And here's the charger. It is a ChargePoint charger.
Oh, okay.
Powered by Central Electric Membership Co-op. Says it's available.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of rolling my window up and Dawn powered the car off and it won't let me finish rolling it up. That's kind of annoying. But I've been in Ruby without the key fob and she won't let you mess with the windows either, so.
I probably parked wrong. Okay, so it's ChargePoint. We have a ChargePoint card.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit the price. 27 cents a kilowatt.
Which I believe is what Kyle's post from this ChargePoint charger said to expect.
I just
Held your card up there so
Yeah.
you didn't have to touch anything yet.
All right, so it wants me to
Plug in.
And it seems like it's going to reach. Okay.
I heard a click.
Waiting for EV, it says.
Heard something over there.
Yeah. In use. There it is. It's charging. The battery's at 60%, it says.
35 minutes remaining.
28 kilowatts. It's ramping up right here. 32.
On its way to 50.
On its way to 50, I would expect. Then we do have the air conditioner on. Johnny's in the car. I mean, we're doing the normal stuff here.
I don't know. You seemed to power it off. I think everything went off because I couldn't finish closing my window.
Yeah. All right. So
1 mile added. Well, maybe you didn't park so bad after all.
Yeah.
That's how it actually goes over to the other side. Of course, you still use the one farther away, but we won't.
No.
Well, you know.
Look, I'm a Tesla supercharger guy. You can't expect me to know all this.
Oh, so you can sort of move either side, although it makes more sense to move the other one.
Right.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's a nice design.
That's good.
Yeah, in case you were, what's the word I'm looking for? There were ice cars over here and you had to go off in the grass or something. I think you could swing that thing around.
Well, what happened was I got to looking here and it's like if I would have parked correctly,
you would have been even farther away. Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe with the swinging over and if I would have got the right one, it might have reached.
Now, you guys know if there was somebody else here and needed to use this thing, whatever, we would have parked right. But out here in the country in North Carolina, you just kind of throw it where you throw it. And when you're done, you leave and you move if you need to.
Well, actually, none of that was true.
No?
No. When I drove up to the thing, I was trying to remember, oh, it's on this side.
Right.
I remembered it was on the driver's side. And I said, but wait a minute. And if I park over here, you know, I was like, well, that's the...
You're past it. Yeah.
I said, I'll park over here. And then I realized as I chose this spot that, oh, I better get over closer to the thing because I don't think those cables are long enough.
But this is good design considering there's no standard on the cars for where you're going to find the charging point. The Leaf's up in the front, the Tesla's in the back, the Bolt's in the front left. I mean, you know, so.
Now the next time if I was to ever use another one of these, I would just park probably right here or even right there straight and just swing the thing around. Although I need to tell you, if you're some 105-pound woman, that's pretty heavy stuff. I got a bee buzzing me right now.
You do. Don't move.
So I'm hungry. We have plenty of charge, and we didn't need to charge. We were really stopping to try to experience fast charging.
And to use it so it gets used and
Yeah.
they know it's necessary out here. And
I have to say I was very pleased. Obviously it's only 50 kilowatt, but we knew that coming, just getting here. So all of that is okay. So I guess at this point we're going to stop charging and unplug and head on home because I'm hungry.
works for me. Totally good with that. I'm hungry too. We're gonna have bacon and eggs since Johnny's already eaten and is a happy camper.
So you have to
Do that again?
Yes.
So that keeps somebody else from unplugging you, I guess.
are killing your charging. Stuff.
Yep.
And it unplugs pretty easily. I wouldn't call that a problem at all. Okay, I'm happy.
Way cool.
There it is, $1.83, 6.8 kilowatts, and it took from 5:55 to 6:08. So it said that we were here 13 minutes. It didn't seem like 13.
It really didn't seem like 13 minutes, but what is that? Well, that almost looked. That was like a dome. I mean, that was.
I agree, it's a dome, but it's not a containment building. That's what you mean.
Right. Well, it's nowhere near big enough, but still.
Yeah, it's something.
I went to film solar on the left and the dome caught my eye on the right. And there's a really pretty red barn coming around the curve over here too.
Yeah, white picket fence and everything. A white fence and everything.
Yeah, you can't appreciate it from this view. Oh well. Well, you'll have to come back for it, but you have a present in the mailbox.
Oh, I do.
You do.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
All day today I've been having a little trouble getting out.
Right.
And so what's going on? I can't get out till you put it in park?
Pretty much, that's right.
Yeah, the Tesla will let you get out if the person's foot's on the brake.
Right. Well, I think the what it is that it doesn't want you to go out, but this is a mechanical
Door.
door.
Yeah.
And so it can't stop you, but it basically complains if you try to open the door while the Tesla does too. But I don't even know that Johnny and him can. On the back, I'll have to check. But I think he tried to open the door and it wouldn't let him out.
Yeah,
but that might be the child.
Several times today I've been like, let me out. Yes. All right, let's see what you got.
Ooh, pull cord.
Oh, that wasn't the present.
Wow, they put it on. It's tough to feel bad about that. It is what it is. I was hoping they would put that in.
I think this box has something for you and something for me.
Oh, well, that sounds good. Ooh, it's got the plastic bubble things. Ooh, it's got a DeWalt thing in it. Oh, it's got me one of those belt things. Way cool. Well, look at me. Got my little.
Turn it around so they can see it. Hold it up higher. What? And say what it is.
It's a tool belt.
An electrician's belt.
Electricians, yes. It's got little pockets.
There's another one coming. That's just for holding your drill on your hip.
Holster. Huh?
Yeah. And that's a DeWalt thing too, but apparently they're not in the same warehouse, so they didn't come at the same time.
I got me a Lego sports car, Ferrari.
Yeah, because there's parts in there I need.
Okay. Way cool. Thank you, sweetie. I said I needed one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting all these great tools. Probably about done with most of my electrical work though, but that's okay. Okay, let's see what we did today. We did 123.8 miles and 32.4 kilowatt hours of energy used. This thing sips it. I can tell you, I was very impressed with the watt hours per mile, 2.9. I had reset this, so that shows you right there. The average was really close to 4 miles per kilowatt hour. And I have learned how to do this if it will let me. I said I have learned how to do this if it will let me. And if it, there it is. Okay, here we go. There we go. There it is. I reset it. I fumbled with it earlier today. You heard me say that on one of the videos probably. But I reset it 56.2 miles ago. I reset it. And so we averaged 3.8 miles per kilowatt hour. Like I said, I'm very impressed with this thing. I've got the charge set for tonight. Charging. I've got it set for departure 11 a.m. Sunday. Okay. And I don't know, complete at 12:45 p.m. on Sunday. I don't know exactly what's going on there. I did targeted charging. And I've got the range set up here. So we're right here right now. And I've got this set up not to 100%. Its projected EV range would be 218 miles. I don't know why it's trying to start now, complete at 12:45 p.m. Sunday, which is tomorrow afternoon. I've got it set to 12 amp charging. Let me go back here. Charging options. Yeah, 12 amps. Portable limit, 12 amps. So I don't exactly understand, but the little green light up here is blinking. So I think it's good to go. And even if it doesn't, even if I don't have it right, I don't think we'll be going. We don't get up and get going first thing. Marianne's probably going to take it out for a little drive tomorrow herself. My understanding is she wants to try to do a school run. What it would be like if she was taking the Johnny to school in this, and I'll probably go with her. I mean, I enjoyed driving the Bolt today. I was very happy with it. I found it very comfortable. The UI, I'm not going to sit here and be. I'm sure I would get used to it, and I'd be super comfortable with it. The knobs and the mixture, I guess. Again, maybe I would get used to knobs again, but kind of having gone away from knobs, now going back to knobs is kind of making me scratch my head, especially this mixture, when's it a knob and when's it not a knob. And the steering wheel, I struggle with it pretty much all day, but that again, this is my hang-ups. I'm sure most people would have no problem whatsoever, but again, I want to say I was very impressed with it. I don't know that I'd want to pay quite $43,000 or $44,000 for it, but I think which you can get these things for right now, I think it could be a very good value. It seems like a super solid car. I mean, it felt tight. I have no rattles, very quiet. I'm very, very pleased with this car.